Your thoughts on the proceedings so far, Mr. John?
Hi?
Your thoughts on the proceedings so far?
Challenging. Challenging times. Challenging times. Just gotta hold the faith.
The first Ashelle Morgan, Karim Nelson, and Cornelius John trial began on Wednesday 10th November. The much-anticipated judicial showdown commenced with Local Director of Public Prosecution, Sigilla McDowell, introducing St. Lucia's Deputy Director of Public Prosecution, Stephen Brett, the Special Prosecutor who has carriage of the matter, to Presiding Magistrate Bertie Pompey. The case revolves around two members of the Vincentian legal fraternity who were allegedly involved in a gun shooting incident in which small business operator Cornelius John was injured at his home. Nelson and Morgan are being tried together on charges of unlawfully discharging a firearm and wounding in Nelson's case, and using threatening language where Senator Morgan is concerned. The prosecution has so far called a total of 10 witnesses. They include top cop Colin John, a crime scene investigator, ballistics expert Station Sergeant Julian Kane, Auxiliary Police Constable Rochelle Franklin, the virtual complainant Cornelius John, and his wife Nicole John. Asked to provide a situation update of the proceedings thus far, Cornelius John's defense attorney Kebakis Batiste, who also plays a court-approved observatory role in this trial, told us.
Identified before this case started, I can see them looming large. One or two of them were corrected because at least they summoned the auxiliary police officer who was able to show that she looked and there was no cutlass there. And they also summoned this witness who is now on the stand, who before I never saw him give a report, that is Prescott. But the medical which I said the medical is doctored, and you see how the defense lawyers use it as if Mr. John is lying. The way they cross-examined and make it sound as if, oh, nothing was wrong with his stomach. The man got injections in his stomach. The man defecated on his skin. All of that. The fact they make it look as if his stomach was perfect. Nothing was wrong with him. And the doctor make it appear as if he may be able to walk on that leg. Really, when the police is showing clearly they had to hold him up in order to walk. That is Prescott and also the auxiliary, you know. But the defense have a job to do. I can't blame the defense for doing the job. But I'm not satisfied that the case was properly prepared from the prosecutorial point of view. There are still some things looming large. I will not speak about them yet because the trial is ongoing. So I will wait. I will speak about that later.
When I came in this morning, there were some concerns about particular. There was a particular concern on the floor. I think it had to do with the witness still being in court as the case is continuing.
That was just a smokescreen. To be honest, they raised it, but it actually had nothing in fact to do with the case. Mrs. John was given evidence about a conversation she had with Ashelle that has nothing to do with Mr. John. So them saying that Mr. John is in court and if they have to call him back, he's already in court, that is a smokescreen. Because it really had nothing to do with the evidence that Mrs. John was giving with her conversation with Ashelle. The more concern was that they raised the issue of the text message, which I suppose was a WhatsApp message, which has now disappeared. And it's very easy to figure that out. If I send you a WhatsApp message and I don't want it, I can just delete it from your phone and it will disappear. That's all I would say about that for now.
Okay, I don't know if I could ask about your concerns in terms of credibility. I see they're punching holes or attempting to punch holes. You know, there were some innuendos made, some outright allegations as to, you know, persons telling lies on the stand.
As again, that is the defense grandstanding. I thought Mrs. John was a very truthful witness. She said things that did not help her husband, but they were the truth and she spoke about them. She said things that would not help Ashelle, but it is the truth and she spoke about it. And I think I have to agree to her when she said the truth is the truth. Don't worry about that punching holes at all. That part is grandstanding as far as I'm concerned. And I'm a defense attorney, so I know how defense lawyers sometimes, if you want to boost your case by making grand statements, but that was just grandstanding. Mrs. John made a very good witness.
The defense's approach has been to discredit as much of the evidence as they could that is being presented by Deputy DPP Brett. Ronald Marks, the defense litigator for Nelson, told us,
well, we were trying to lead evidence as to his character, and the prosecutor tried everything in his power to prevent us from doing so. But we got the evidence in as we wanted, and I believe the court could now see a true reflection of who Mr. Cornelius, the person Mr. Cornelius John is. So that was basically it in a nutshell.
And what was that evidence for the folks who are not, on the spot?
It was in relation to previous incidents of violence against, and violence precisely, specifically violence against women, and a previous conviction that he had for abuse to his then wife, his first wife. Sorry?
Okay.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
several things are clear to date. Senator Morgan is not a licensed firearm holder here, nor was she charged for illegal gun possession. Local police procedure, including the urgency with which they respond to complaints and chain of custody issues, continue to plague the local justice system. The latter has so far been the cause for Magistrate Pompey disallowing one of the prosecution's exhibits. Additionally, Karim Nelson is yet to be undoubtedly tied to the incident based on the evidence that is before Magistrate Pompey up to this point. It is unclear whether the defense intends to call their clients to offer evidence in open court, especially since both clients declined to offer a statement when invited to do so by police investigators. One observer noted the very real possibility of a no-case-to-answer submission being tabled by Nelson's lawyer whenever the prosecution rests its case. Dwayne Daniel, Senator Morgan's attorney in these proceedings, offered
no comment
when asked whether or not he intends to call his client to the witness stand. When the Mesopotamia Magistrates Court, which is currently sitting in Caliaco exclusively for this trial, reconvenes for the 6th day of what ought to have been a 3-day trial, the entire court is expected to visit the scene of the incident on the Diamond Industrial Estate, as per an application made by Deputy Director for Public Prosecution, Stephen Brett.